What's going on, guys? Tony here, and today is gonna be something different. Something really exciting just came up, and I just want to make this unscripted video. There's gonna be not too much editing because Amex released their suite of offers, basically the best we have ever seen here in Canada, and the next best doesn't even come anywhere close. Now, I saw some foreshadowing about this when I called in to the American Express retention line about my Amex Platinum, trying to see if I can get a retention offer, and then the agent notified me, quote unquote hint, around the 20th something great is gonna happen. That's all they said. They said they couldn't tell me more, so here it is. First of all, we're gonna start with the Amex Platinum. The American Express Platinum card offers you a total of 150,000 MR points as the full sign-up bonus. Now, if you remember from before, the Business Platinum was the highest record ever sign-up bonus at 75,000 points, and then just recently it got increased to 100,000, and then now the Personal Platinum takes back its king spot at the top at 150,000 total MR points. Now, 70,000 of those MR points are going to come upon spending $6,000 in the first 6 months rather than the traditional 3, and 30,000 MR points upon making a purchase between the month of 14 and 17 of card ownership. Now, this is really to get you to renew the card in the second year rather than canceling after the first year ends. And then you get 10x MR points per dollar on each drinks in Canada. And this not only includes stuff like restaurants, delivery services, and you also get 10x per dollar on grocery stores. Now, this is a really good offer considering 1 MR point equals about 2 cents per point. So that makes the total value of the sign-up offer $3,000. Now, the annual fee on this card is quite high at $700, but then it comes with a $200 annual travel credit to offset that, to making it $500 in the annual fee. Just to confirm with you guys, 70,000 points upon spending 6,000 in the first 6 months, 30,000 upon making first purchase, and then 10x up to a maximum of 50,000 MR points. In order for you to get the full bonus, you would have to keep this card open for 2 years in total. So your total out-of-pocket expense will be $1,400, and then you also get $400 total worth of travel credit. So your total net out of pocket is $1,000, and you basically receive $3,000 in terms of card value, and that's excluding all the perks and benefits that is associated with this card, which I'm not even gonna cover in this video. I'll just drop a link if you want to learn more about this card down in the description below, and we'll move on to the next offer. Now, there's also been a recent increase in the Business Platinum, its business counterpart as well, so I'll just quickly touch on the offer. So you essentially get 100,000 points, but you need to spend $10,000 in the first 3 months. So if you can meet that spend organically, then maybe it's worth it. Or if not, then maybe you want to stick with a lower minimum spend requirement of average $1,000 per month for the first 6 months. Alright, so next we're going to talk about the Amex Reserve, because that has also increased its bonuses, and I have not yet gotten my once in a lifetime bonus yet with them, so I'm considering of opening this card. Let me know down in the description below if you guys think I should. But basically what the card gets you is, again, 70,000 Aeroplan points upon spending $6,000 in the first 6 months. 5,000 Aeroplan points for every month out of the first 6 months that you spend more than $1,000, for a total of 30,000 Aeroplan points. And last but not least, you also get the 10x Aeroplan points per dollar on food and drinks in Canada. Now, this is scarily similar to the Personal Platinum, so this is a great alternative if you have already gotten the Platinum and you're thinking of getting another card, this could be a great option. And again, I am personally thinking about this card as well. The Aeroplan Reserve also has a business counterpart, which again is the exact same offer, but just like the Platinum and the Business Platinum, it just requires you to spend more money, which in my eyes, it's not really worth it when you can't get the personal. But then if you burn through all of these offers mentioned above, then this could be a great option as well. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the Marriott Bonvoy cards, which again, I personally are thinking of getting because these are cards that you're going to keep forever. It gives you one free hotel night every single year you keep the card open, and that one night way outweighs the annual fee. So I am really thinking about getting this card as well before the offer expires. But here is the offer. You get a total of 105,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. So you're going to be getting a total of 65,000 initial sign-up bonus upon spending $3,000 in the first 6 months. That's an average of $500 a month, which again is very, very doable. 15,000 Marriott points upon making a single purchase within the first 14th or 17th month of card ownership. So again, they want you to keep the card open for the long run. And then it has a little bit of a nerfed version of the eats and drinks offer. You get 5 Marriott points per dollar up to a total of 25,000 Marriott points earned. Now, something do keep in mind is the American Express MR points as well as the Aeroplan points. They're worth about the same, and they can be transferred. The MR points can be transferred to Aeroplan at a 1-to-1 ratio, although the Marriott points cannot, and they're worth a little bit less. So that is something to keep in mind as well. And this again, I'm gonna cover the business counterpart of the Marriott offer. Again, it's essentially the exact same offer, but instead of $3,000, it requires you to spend $5,000 in the first 6 months. So a little bit higher in terms of minimum spend as a business credit card. So again, I wouldn't go there unless you burnt through all the other offers already. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm personally really excited about these offers. They're basically some of the best, if not literally the best in all history of Canadian credit cards that we've seen in Canada, which is absolutely amazing. So what is the best offer out of everything here? Now we're gonna go from what I think is a lesser of an offer all the way to the best available offer, and you guys can be the judge of whichever ones are the best. Now we're gonna start first with all the business version of the cards. So all of the business version of the cards are pretty much, in my opinion at least, the worser off of the counterparts of the personal counterparts because of the higher minimum spend required, and the opportunity cost is using the half of the other minimum spend, using that towards another credit card. So that's why I think all the business cards I wouldn't really consider unless I burnt through all of the other ones. Now, out of the 3 personal cards, the Platinum, the Reserve, and the Marriott, personally on the 3rd place, I would put the Marriott Bonvoy card. So let's talk a little bit about the numbers. So first things first, you get 65,000 Marriott points upon spending 3,000 in the first 6 months. So that's about an average of $500 a month. So if you're, say, like a student or someone that just doesn't spend too much money, then this could be a great option for you. Yes, you still pay $120 annual fee, but then the 65,000 MR points alone will outweigh the annual fee. And in case you're wondering, 65,000 Marriott points are worth roughly 0.9 cent per point, so it's about $585 worth of value. So yes, you definitely do get the $120 back in terms of value there. And upon renewing, you get 15,000 Marriott points upon quote unquote making a first purchase, so basically renewing. Now, 15,000 Marriott points is worth roughly $135. So again, it's gonna outweigh the annual fee. And again, you get 5x on food and drinks and also groceries, totaling of 25,000 Marriott points. Now, this is nowhere near as good as the previous platinum and the reserve version of this offers, because as you can see, this is pretty much cut by half in terms of the returns, and also Marriott points are not worth nearly as much. However, you're still looking at about 4.5% cash back on all of those, which is not too bad, nothing to complain about, especially if you're not spending too much money and you might not hit the maximum 25,000. So that's sort of the numbers there. So yes, on paper it's 105,000 Marriott points. Assuming you don't get all of those, that's sort of the breakdown for you. So next, the Amex Platinum as well as the Aeroplan Reserve. Now let's run the numbers a little bit on the Reserve. So the Reserve gets you 70,000 Aeroplan points upon spending $6,000 in the first 6 months. That's not a challenge usually, because it's about average 1,000 a month still, and 70,000 points is again worth $1,400. And then you get 5,000 Aeroplan points for each of the 6 months you spend $1,000. So assuming you meet the entire requirement, just like the previous requirement mentioned before, you get a total of 100,000 Aeroplan points. That's already up compared to the previous offer of 75,000 Aeroplan points. And then you get 10x Aeroplan points per dollar on restaurants, groceries, and eats and drinks basically. So again, that is a 20% back, assuming a 2 cent per dollar value on Aeroplan points. Now keep in mind, this card has an annual fee of $599 as well. So $100 more net in cost compared to the Platinum. And last but not least, we have the best offer, the winner on the table in my personal opinion. And the reason is it's exactly the same offer pretty much as the Aeroplan. You pay $100 less in net annual fees, and you also get a more well-rounded perk rather than an Air Canada specific perk. You get 70,000 MR points upon spending $6,000 in the first 6 months. You get 30,000 MR points upon making the first purchase. So again, renewing the card. So that's another thing as well. If you think the Amex Reserve, you're just gonna get it the first year and then cancel it in the second year, you're not planning to renew it, that might be a better option. The Platinum does force you to renew it if you want to get the full bonus. And then again, you get the 10 MR for the food and drink or groceries promotion as well. Now, considering it's the same value, let's say you're gonna get the 150 full, the MR is a little bit stronger because you not only have the option to transfer 150,000 MR to Aeroplan, you can also redeem it by other ways as well. Now, the Aeroplan version, you cannot transfer that into MR, so there's a little bit restriction there. Now, yes, you are paying a net of $1,000 annual fee, but you do keep the card for 2 years instead of 1, and you do get the $400 credit back in terms of travel. So yes, it is quite a bit of an annual fee, $500 in the first year, and then if you do decide to renew it, which I think if you go with this deal, it is worth it personally to renew, because you do get another 30k bonus points, and you also get the annual travel credit again in the second year. So for the Platinum, total you're gonna keep it for 2 years at least minimum. You're gonna be spending a net of $1,000, and you're gonna be getting a value net of $3,000 back. So a total of $2,000 in value after the annual fee, without accounting any other offers, any other deals that's associated with the card. And also, of course, with this card you also get priority pass, and again, I'll link all that stuff in the other video that I did more in depth on the Platinum card. For the Aeroplan card, you do pay an extra $100 in annual fees compared to the Platinum, but then you do have the option to cancel it in the second year because of the flexibility. Yes, it's a little bit weird to track your spending per month. You have to hit 1,000 every month up for 6 months to get the full bonus, so you have to keep track a little bit. And then Amex is a little more flexible, so it's really what you prefer. offer. So there you guys have it, the best Amex offers ever released. Let me know if you guys have any questions about either of these cards as well. I'll be happy to answer it down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button to see more content just like this one. And if you haven't yet already, make sure you subscribe with the bell. My name is Tony, and on this channel we focus on personal finance. So if you want to see more videos just like this, make sure you subscribe. And as always, have an amazing day. Peace.